to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters. Right now, we're buying any pre-owned vehicles. At Bellman Carnection, we will take anything on trade: farm, house, truck, cars, and SUVs. Bring into a Bellman pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or van today. The inventory is always fresh, so hurry in before someone else buys the one you want. Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters at Highway 70 and 370, where you will never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
Thanks, everyone, for baking your way here on this toasty morning. Are you all ready to jam? Excellent. Before we get rolling, let's start by hashing out everything bagel will be discussing. Profit margins are okay, but they could maybe be butter. Sorry, I don't mean to waffle. Next quarter, it's all or muffin. Did you have a question, Sausage Patty?
My name's Patricia.
When you can't take your mind off breakfast, it matters where you stay. Delicious breakfast available at our Hilton family of brands. Hilton, for the stay.
By now, you know that sound. It's the sound of the Home Depot. But what about those sounds? Those are the sounds of a new laundry set that provides a powerful yet gentle clean in less time, making this the sound of savings on top brand appliances. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Final days. Get up to 25% off plus 750 instant savings on select appliances through July 13th. Valid June 22nd through July 13th. U.S. only. Gas dryer extra. See store for details.
Dirty exterior? Don't scrub it. Wet it and forget it. Wet and Forget, the easy outdoor cleaner. Wet and Forget works overtime with Mother Nature to eliminate unsightly black
Forget it!
on the exterior of your home with no scrubbing, power washing, or bleach. Use Wet and Forget on all your outdoor surfaces, including decks, siding, roofs, and patios. Wet and Forget is available as a concentrate or extreme reach hose end. Purchase Wet and Forget in-store or online at Lowe's, Menards, Ace, or Walmart.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
All right, I'm glad you played some music that makes me happy, Chris.
Yeah, the Spectrum's not making me happy.
All right, we'd like to say this was Nick Shorer's fault because he says everywhere he goes he gets canceled for wearing shirts like the one he's wearing now, which says social distance.
Socialist distancing.
Socialist distancing. They want to cancel you, Nick.
I think I saw my opponent out there cutting the wire.
They work for Spectrum?
Okay, so we have...
Just getting all that lobby money from Spectrum.
God, Spectrum, leave us alone.
We're setting the stage. All right, we got 5 people in studio. We got 3 cameras working because, as we said at the start of the show. Yeah, the inflation. Can't get damn microchips to the United States. We need to make them here.
It's Russia's fault.
Hopefully that can stick. All right, let me run down the list. Eric Johnson's here. Can you say hi, Eric, so people know you're here?
Work?
Yeah.
Does this mic work? The station's put together by duct tape, I swear.
I don't think it is.
Eric's here. He's not on camera right now. Good. While Nick's here. Eric insisted you put Nick on camera.
Hell yeah, look how good looking he is.
With his socialist distancing T-shirt.
Well, I wanted to be in the corner, but I was told nobody puts baby in the corner.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yeah, Crystal.
Yeah, you were in the corner last time.
I know.
Say Nick Shore. Chris Knight, Eric Johnson, Crystal Cooper. I'm Vic Faust. We appreciate everybody jumping back on with us. Yeah, Spectrum knocked us off freaking air. And Chris, this happens quite often. When are you going to get rid of Spectrum?
Now.
I made the switch to AT&T, and it's been nothing short of amazing.
It's pretty damn sad when you have to have a backup signal because their service sucks.
Yeah, that's not okay.
So we're going to have to get another provider into this building in case Spectrum goes out, because when it works, it's great. But
how many times is this just in the last year?
No, this is like just in the past 2 days. It was off yesterday for like 7 hours.
What we need is
the whole Lake St. Louis area was out.
What we need is a state senator in our pocket.
Yes, we do.
They
Can you take care of this?
Well, he's not
Absolutely.
state senator yet, but maybe when he becomes state senator, he can take care of this.
Nick's going to become the next state senator. Pretty
Yeah, that
confident.
other guy looks like a dork.
Yeah.
Nick. Sorry.
Nick
He
is
came
there.
to my door, and I just let my German Shepherd sit there and bark. I was like, dude, I'm not talking.
Well, we've got Rebecca.
Dogs love me. Dogs love me.
We've
People
got
want to know where they can get your shirt. Do you?
Yeah, so if they come, we've got an auction tomorrow night at Arrowhead Building Supply. We're going to have guns. We're going to have one bullpup type shotgun that's all American flagged out. We're going to have an African safari. I call it a rhino hunt, but it's not necessarily a rhino hunt. It's going to be a 5-day excursion in South Africa. We're going to have tons of different shirts, tons of different baskets to donate. Let's Go Brandon fireworks. Yeah. We're going to have a whole bunch at Arrowhead tomorrow. So if they want
what
to.
time's this start?
It's either 6 or 7. I can't remember on the flyer. I can find that out here soon.
Find it out so we can let people know before you leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We've got Rebecca Sheehan, friend of the show, Primrose Patriot on Instagram. She's been on with us before. She's my former colleague, reporter at Fox 2. Rebecca, good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning, and thank you for being patient with everything that's going on. How much time do you have before you have to get off?
I have about 10 minutes.
Okay, well, we'll
but
rock
actually,
and roll.
this is great. This is prolonging the inevitable, which is taking my kids back to that camp this morning that I talked about on social media and had all those views.
Well, that's what we want you to talk about. I'll set the stage really quick for you and let everybody know. I saw you post something yesterday on your social media regarding your kindergartners being taught all about transgender people at the kindergarten age, and you were told by the teachers or camp counselors or leaders that all of the books and the teaching is good for them?
Yep, that's basically what happened, but not kindergartners, preschoolers that are having to endure this stuff.
Okay, give us the
my
specifics.
daughter
Wow.
is very smart, always aware of the world around her, but she was legitimately confused the other day talking about clothes. She asked me, Mommy, why do boys not wear dresses? But then why do some boys wear dresses? And I'm thinking, what? Where is she getting this? And so she told me she read a book at school camp called Morris Micklewhite and the Tangerine Dress. And I read this thing online. You know, it has a nice message of acceptance and inclusion, which is very important. But they don't have to do it through the lens of a boy wearing a dress and high heels. I mean, that's just confusing to these kids who don't know anything about gender yet. They're just figuring out their own.
Is that unbelievable?
So-
It's a camp that is propaganda to these kids. Now, you're paying for this, right? This isn't like a free camp, right? So did you go address this with them? Did you say, I'm paying you X amount of dollars for you to teach them what? And did they ever respond to you?
Yes, I asked the camp director, so Juliet said she was reading this book. Is that true? And I thought she was going to, try to skirt around the topic a little bit, defend it. But she said, oh, yeah, they're reading that. And, quote, it's really a beautiful book that has such an important message for kids. Not even like, hope you're comfortable with this. Sorry if, we jumped the gun talking about this a little too soon with your 4-year-old. No apologies whatsoever. They love this stuff. It's an agenda, and they want to push this on little kids.
Do you want to say the name of the camp? You certainly don't have to.
No, please do. Please do.
No, but I don't know. You never know what everybody's personal situation is. Or can you tell us where the camp is? It's totally up to you.
It's in St. Louis County, but I don't really want to share the name publicly. If anyone wants to know, if you think it sounds like your camp, you could message me on Instagram, the Primrose Patriot. I'm glad to talk about it more.
No, I totally get it. I understand it. Nick, you're here. Are you hearing of any situations like this? This is St. Louis County. You're in St. Charles County. I mean, what are you hearing as somebody who's a state rep now and close to being state senator?
Well, we've got parents in St. Charles County that are fed up. You know, we heard last year, the past 2 years, when they were spending $15,000 to bring in Dr. LeGarrette King to disguise the tenets of critical race theory in social studies programs. We've got the privilege walks that are happening in Wentzville. We've got parents that are saying their kids are coming home from camps and even school at the end of the year that are ashamed, and their first, second, third graders ashamed of the color of their skin, ashamed to be American. I remember a time when the only banned book was the Bible. And now we've got all of these X-rated books that are coming in. We had discussions a couple years ago on banning Dr. Seuss. How in the hell did we get here to where we think it's appropriate to teach toddlers that you can dress up as a superhero, as a whatever the heck you want to be? I don't know. This is Twilight Zone material.
From the Facebook
Totally. And
line.
when I was writing about this book, I was researching, and Vic, I sent you this list. I found a list of over 60 titles. This is just one list of books that are geared towards preschoolers and first, second, third graders.
Yeah,
Title examples are, let's see, Are You a Boy or a Girl? For pre-K through first grade. Follow Tiny, a non-binary child who prefers gender-neutral pronouns and loves dressing up and playing football. Just like you, Vic.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
I mean,
you look good in that Mizzou skirt.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Rebecca
Oh my
not
gosh.
only cares, and Eric's going to ask you a question in a second from the Facebook line. Not only do you care, but I don't know if people realize how intelligent you are and your background. And fortunately, you are highly educated, and you're not going to sit back and moving forward, being a Duke University graduate as well.
A Dookie?
Yeah, a Dookie.
Okay.
Is that all right if I call you that?
Well, a Blue Devil, Dookie,
That's
whatever.
okay. That's what UNC fans like to call Duke. So
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not a
I'm so-
nice dude comment.
Then I'll take that back because I like and respect you.
Like,
Yeah,
I
I
used to
see.
live in North Carolina. The second they come out of your mouth, I was like, ugh. Sorry.
And I do not like North Carolina.
From the Facebook line, from our Facebook line, this is the question of the day. So you're taking your kids back to this camp? Question mark.
they have a week left, and we're starting a new school in the fall.
There you go.
It's camp that was also their school.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
But yeah, it's going to be awkward today. With
wow.
some luck, I might wear sunglasses and a hat and a wig.
Well, has there been any pushback from the school, from the camp when you address this? Are they giving you any grief for even bringing this up?
I haven't had a formal conversation about it yet, but I do know that some parents who have read my article and seen my post have called the camp about it. So
Hey, leave
I'm
us-
sure
leave
I'll
us
be
their
hearing
phone number.
something. But
call.
I mean, I don't apologize. I think it's terrible that these teachers they literally have taken something from me. I wanted to be the one to talk to my kids about gender and sexuality.
Amen.
And now, as I said, the Pandora's box is already open, and I have to kind of scramble to catch up, undo any damage that's already been done, and, try to teach them this controversial topic the way I want to teach them.
Rebecca's kids go to a school or school district in St. Louis County. She did not want to get into the specifics of that yet, but if you want to get into that, she said you can reach her on Instagram at Primrose Patriot. If anybody doesn't have Instagram, is there a way that they can contact you on Facebook to find out, Rebecca?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm on Facebook and Twitter, too, just under Rebecca Sheehan.
Under Rebecca Sheehan.
Is this public or
Because I'm
private?
sure this is not the only school and camp where this is happening. So we just need to be aware, because especially with these preschoolers, they're not old enough, most of them, to articulate to us what's going on behind closed doors in their classrooms.
That's right.
So
That's scary.
Are you, would you tell us, is it private or public school?
It's private.
Okay.
Because I usually, my kids go to private school, and they had asked me, have my kids had any of that issues? And we haven't. And I thought maybe it was because they were in private school versus public school, but that's interesting.
Isn't this just an example of why we need to have a voucher system right here? I mean, I know that you're going to private school, but this translates into the public school system also. You just need to get a voucher every year, don't you? And send your kids to schools that kind of approximate what you want to teach your kids.
Yeah, let the money follow the kids.
100%. Because we're starting a much more conservative school in the fall, and I'm so relieved. But at the same time, I feel so bad for all the families who are stuck in public school who don't have that option.
Right.
So you are seeing support for what you're doing being in St. Louis County and being in that area, though, right?
100%.
Because I'm wondering if there's parents who think this is I mean, I know we get everything in this day and age, but if there's a large group of parents who think this is right, or if they're just, I don't want, for lack of a better term of saying lazy, just maybe uneducated or too busy to care.
You know, I think there are parents all across the spectrum, but as these policies in schools get more and more extreme, I do think you're going to see more of a pushback where parents are not afraid to say, wait a second, what's going on here? I don't want my 4-year-old learning about being transgender. Because what's the ultimate path? Like, where does that lead? That leads to puberty blockers, potentially mutilating surgery when they're older. I mean, is that really what parents want for their kids?
No. You have a potential state senator that's on the phone with you right now. Do you have any advice for him when he goes to Jeff City?
I like the idea of the voucher program, and I just think more accountability in schools. You know, publish the curriculum, tell parents what you're going to be teaching about, and if it's anything to do with gender ideology or any of this,
yes,
at least give the parents a heads up. I mean, they shouldn't be talking about it at all in schools, is my opinion. But if you're going to, tell the parents ahead of time so they're not caught flat-footed.
That's wonderful. I mean, hey, that was all in my parents' Bill of Rights that we ended up sending over into the Senate. Senate leadership dropped the ball, didn't bring it back up, but emboldening these parents and empowering these parents to take an active role, allowing them to see the curriculum, see where their money's going, and object. And there was an amendment that I had this year that would, similar to Florida, push off all of this sexual education until a higher, more mature age. And, you know, that's going to be something we're going to spearhead again next year, getting the indoctrination out, including this woke sexuality stuff that we're teaching our preschoolers. That needs to be addressed. I think a lot of parents, to your point, are awake now. They're not woke. They've been woken up.
Yeah,
I like
there you
that.
go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, Rebecca, I know you and the ladies that meet with you, you guys are very involved when it comes to a political standpoint in the state. Are you getting behind any U.S. Senate candidates from Missouri? If you felt like sharing that publicly or not, you certainly don't have to. I just know that you have a pretty big voice in your area in St. Louis County.
Yeah, I think right now the Ladies of Liberty are not endorsing any candidates. We're just trying to get the information out there about all the different candidates so that families can make the best decisions for themselves. I think that's what democracy is all about, is being educated on the different candidates and the different issues, and then casting your vote at the ballot.
Oh, it's going to be an interesting season of voting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Anything else coming up with the Ladies of Liberty and or your website and or your social media to let people know about?
Not at the moment. Just wish me luck today dropping off the kids. Again, excited to start a more conservative school in the fall. But I am there. I'm here for all parents who, as I said, are not in that situation and are still dealing with the public schools and dealing with these woke situations. I think it's important to get the word out.
Own it today. Easy for me to say, but go own it.
You almost want to put
and your
body
husband
cams.
are very strong people.
A body cam.
Yeah, body cams for kids.
Yeah. You need your body cam if anybody comes up and starts any kind of weird crap.
Oh, right.
Own it, Rebecca. You are a strong woman.
Just send them all with MAGA hats and be done with it.
Socialist distancing shirts.
Oh, my God.
For the little ones.
No, teachers will be having heart attacks in St. Louis County.
Yeah.
And the poor Sheehan kids will be sent home.
Might be a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, Rebecca.
All right. I actually do have to run to bring them to camp, but it was great being on with you guys.
All right,
Thanks for having me.
Rebecca, have an awesome day. Thank you.
I want that school so bad, and I want that phone number so bad.
But if you called, then they would say, "Welcome to such and such school."
I get it.
Well, I was going to say, here's the thing. That's a private school. And to a certain extent, I really don't care what the private schools do.
Correct.
That's right.
Because you can take that money and go elsewhere. However, you're still paying for the failed school district that didn't meet the needs of your kids.
You know
that
what?
she didn't pick in the first place.
You know
right?
what?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what this is like?
Oh my God.
So McDonald's
Double whammy.
McDonald's for decades had trans fats in their French fries, right? And we just kind of accepted it.
Was that their pronouns?
Yes, trans and fat.
Okay.
one day, the uprise came, and it's like, you're killing everybody. So McDonald's had to be responsible and actually put the ingredients on the fries, and eventually they had to change so people would buy their damn fries. Nick, this is what you have to do. I agree with you. If it's a private school and you're doing all this woke garbage and your kids still go there, fine. That's great. I do think we have to have, like she said, warning labels on the damn door of the school. This school participates in blah, 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 or whatever it is. And then the parents goes, you know what? I don't want my kid to participate in that. I'm going to go to another school.
Yeah, parents should absolutely have the right. And I think all of us being in here, being parents, that is something that we want to protect our kids. And, we can't be the umbrella parents and be with them every single day. But when they come home and say, hey, especially as a toddler, Mommy, I got taught today that I could be a boy if I want to be. I could be a giraffe if I want to be. I mean, those are things that are not going to prepare my kid to be taking on this world in the next generation. That's what I want out of my school. I want my school, and that's why they go to a private school, Christian values, reading, writing, arithmetic, and my girls are the only ones that know cursive right now. And they're very young because that's, the school's working with them. I'm working with them. We're setting the priorities, which this gender identity, woke garbage, this indoctrination stuff is not.
Well, there's 40 books that Rebecca sent me on a list that I gave a link to our host here that were all approved for 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds. And there were all those kinds of names about how to switch who you are if that's what you feel more comfortable doing. That's what the list of 40 books are that are out there. And I don't know if it's just St. Louis County because this is a private school, but Rebecca did more research. But then you talk to Crystal. Crystal's like, hey, I haven't ever seen any of these books in my kids' private schools.
Why do you think that Governor Parsons hasn't been a bigger
Parson
hasn't been a bigger advocate for this, Nick? Do you think that, you know what I'm saying? Don't you think he could?
Well, he's talked out against that in the past. I mean, these are so many issues.
Yeah, I think right after the session, he came out and said, look, Missourians are wanting this to be addressed. And, there's only so much that he can do. And Senate leadership was the ones that dropped the ball when we passed my critical race theory ban, when we passed my parents' Bill of Rights, and it was sitting on their calendar. But we have to address this because if you're going to allow the government schools to do this, at least give parents an opt-out where they can take their money and send it to a school that's going to help their kids.
Don't you think that takes a bigger plan? Okay, so I was thinking about that. Okay, let's say you go to Parkway Central and CRT is all over the place and the parents, they have no rights, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you go, okay, I can't take it here anymore. What does the state or the federal government do at that point to help you out? So, yeah, you're right. Your values
Well, number one, the federal government needs to get the hell out of the education system to begin with. I think the Department of Education.
But it's never going to happen.
Well,
you know that as well as I do.
And Betsy DeVos indicated that if she was going to get that second term under Trump, she was going to get rid of it.
She did say that this week.
Too little, too late. But, I wish she would have done that previously because, again, similar to the Dobbs situation, Second Amendment cases, those should have come back too. The rights to the states to dictate what happens in our education system, that is a 10th Amendment issue. And that's where I think the next president needs to address that and sending that back to the states by getting rid of the Department of Education.
This is one of the biggest Missouri issues this year. This and crime in St. Louis, I think, are the two biggest issues in Missouri. So
I thought it was monkeypox.
Is that a thing?
Well, yeah, there's now
Fox too.
confirmed. There's
no,
there's at least three confirmed cases in St. Louis County.
That's great.
Health officials are saying that for the most part, you're protected just as long as you're not
Don't
having
have sex with another man.
Yes,
or a monkey.
Health officials are saying that's how it's spread. And I'm being 100% serious. Sex with men having sex with other men is how this is spreading. That's coming from your health officials, not from the edge.
I thought it was a club down in the Central West End, monkeypox.
Did you guys see Director Walensky try to make comments about that and trip all over it?
Yes.
Yeah. It was pretty bad, right?
Oh, yes. I mean, just come out with the facts. Come out with the truth. And that is true. I mean, all of the different health organizations have said, yes, this is being spread by homosexual or bisexual males.
But she wouldn't say that.
Yeah, exactly.
She said men having sex with other men or something.
Well, that's
to
right.
That
I thought it was
point.
sexual people because we don't know their pronouns.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
what?
It was like I need to look it up. But like maybe we can pull the audio for later. But it was bad. It was like she couldn't. She stumbled, and it was a Biden moment completely.
Even our health officials in St. Louis County are coming straight on that because
Who is
we
the
ran
health
this out.
director now? That con man's gone.
Rochelle Walensky.
No, she's No, he's talking about St. Louis
you're
County.
saying- oh, okay.
They don't. I don't think they have one yet.
Sam Page.
It's probably just Dr. Sam Page.
Well, Sam Page is dealing.
He's probably filled it.
Well, Sam Page is dealing with like 8 serious major issues in his administration right now. All right, we'll get to all of it. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, Nick may or may not be here. Are you staying?
I'm staying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Billy Long is going to join us. He talked with President Trump 2 nights ago.
What?
Yes. He took a picture.
Little John back there.
We'll show his picture with President Trump.
And
Chris-
then I'll show mine.
Chris is going to ask
Yeah.
if President Trump likes him or not because his picture looks better than Billy's. I'm sure Billy will have a good comeback on that. I'll be curious to see what Billy thinks about the latest polling from the Emerson College poll, which has Eric Schmidt dominating in the Senate race, if he believes it, because last week he told us there was no doubt by all of his polling that Greitens was leading. So we'll get into all of that. Plus, we'll take your calls if you want to. If you have questions for Billy, let us know. You're listening to The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. You can catch us on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Please share the show. Let people know. Even if you didn't agree with Billy, he has great radio, to say the least. And you can jump it on the streaming at ViperRocks.com. We got Nick Schroer, Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, and I'm Vic Faust.
The Troy Area Chamber of Commerce presents the 17th Annual Memories on Main Car Show in Troy, Saturday, August 6th. Rain or shine, Main Street in Troy will come alive with great cars, music, food, and much more. Registration runs from 8 a.m. until noon and awards at 3 p.m. Dash plaque for the first 200 registrations. For more information and registration, call 462-8769. That's 462-TROY. Visit TroyOnTheMove.com or like the Troy Chamber on Facebook. The 17th Annual Memories on Main Street Car Show in Troy, Saturday, August 6th.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444, dryoureyes.com.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice: don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From runny noses to running injuries to x-rays and labs, the BJC Medical Group Convenient Care in Wentzville is ready to help. Located at 1520 Wentzville Parkway, the Convenient Care is open throughout the day with BJC providers on hand to care for all patients 2 and older. With low co-pays and walk-ins welcome, it's your best medicine when you need it. To learn more about the BJC Medical Group Convenient Care in Wentzville, visit bjc.org/Wentzville.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
The Edge Morning Show is coming right back.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. We continue to be in our unsettled weather pattern, but the end is near. On this Thursday, changeable sky, mixed clouds and sunshine. Now, there will be some scattered showers and thunderstorms around, but I really want to focus on the afternoon. That's when some heavy downpours are certainly possible. No repeat of the other morning. 82 degrees will do it for the high. Limited moisture associated with the atmosphere, but the front's still waving around. Tonight, scattered showers and thunderstorms, some heavy. Focus on the evening. 65 will do it for the overnight low. Friday, partly sunny skies. There might be a spot shower, a thunder shower, but a lot of dry time Friday. 80. How about the weekend? Last weekend of July. Saturday, partly sunny skies, 80 degrees. Sunday, more showers and thunderstorms are back. High temperature Sunday, near 80. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. 9:01's our time. Time to look at a few headlines. You can always go to fox2now.com to check out the latest because we can't always get to everything that we can today. The Office of Violence Prevention has added STL St. Louis to its mix today. You can learn more about that on the website I was just talking about to try to address some of the serious and violent crime that is currently going on. For our restaurant and foodies and chefs out there, On God Arts Hotel in St. Louis is hosting 5-course tasting and educational learning today. You can get out and check that out as well. St. Charles is hosting open house for residents with flood situations after historic flooding tore up a lot of St. Charles in pockets, including Old St. Peter's, where people are now trying to deal with all of the flooding and the cleanup that's left behind. Unfortunately, if you haven't checked, most people have no idea when it comes to flood insurance because flood insurance does not come up with homeowners insurance. You have to buy that separately. It's very expensive, and you're not required to have flood insurance unless you live in a FEMA risk area, and there aren't any FEMA risk areas in St. Charles, I don't believe, unless it's down by the river. Right, Nick? I'm going to put you on the spot.
That is out of my jurisdiction.
Yeah, there aren't, and most people don't even know about that situation.
The St. Charles County Executive breaking this morning declared a state of emergency after the flood and raining. So stay tuned. They're going to have a bunch of links on the affected areas and how to get help.
And there's already been a state of emergency declared in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and the state of Missouri. Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe was out signing that documentation yesterday as well. And, of course, all kinds of flooding videos, flooding situations that you can see on our website as well. In better news, the Cardinals picked up a big victory last night, much needed. They actually scored lots of runs. And Albert Pujols, 3 for 3, had a 3-run homer. He looked great. Hell, he would even had a stolen base if there wasn't a foul ball on one play. Adam Wainwright was as good as he's ever been. Cardinals split in Toronto. They're still 3 games behind the Brewers. They have today off. Let's look at your headlines.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right. I served you cake. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
It is birthday time. It is Thursday, July 28th. And people born on this day have a free spirit and are full of optimism, which will always help them stand out in a crowd. They are dynamic individuals with an openness, generosity, and great sense of responsibility. However, these people can also display self-centered and self-absorbed behavior. Lori Loughlin, you guys remember her, right? Rebecca from Full House?
Yeah, she was
in
my
trouble?
crush.
Oh,
What?
really?
Yeah, she's in trouble? Yeah,
She got in
is.
trouble, right?
Oh, yeah.
In 2020, sentenced to 2 months in prison after she pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire and mail fraud. She's 58 today. Manu Ginobili, he was former NBA player, right? He played an entire 23-year career with the San Antonio Spurs.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
I
shooting
interviewed
guard.
him a lot.
So he's one of only 2 players to have won the EuroLeague title, an NBA championship, and an Olympic gold medal. So that was pretty cool. 4-time NBA champ is celebrating 45 years today. Elizabeth Berkley, is that name familiar to anybody?
Absolutely not.
No? How about Jessie from Saved by the Bell?
No.
Okay, then maybe you
Yes.
better know her as
I
Nomi
do.
in Showgirls.
Yes.
She's blonde
I knew
with
I'd
brown
get.
eyes,
I knew I'd
Eric.
get there, right? So
The worst, best movie ever made.
she is 50 today. Peter Cullen, I don't know if you guys would know his name, but you would know his voice. He is a voice actor who does Optimus Prime and has been since the 1980s and reprised his role when they brought it back. He is 81 today. Dana White, any UFC fans in here?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he's 53. So I had a hard time finding information about this dude. He keeps the internet pretty clean, but I did find out he is a huge fan of the Beastie Boys, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Rage Against the Machine.
Who's not?
In fact, he has a hand-signed guitar by all 3 members of the Beastie Boys in his office, alongside with a copy of their book. He's such a big fan. So Steve Morse, who's he? Oh wait, Dana's 53. If I forgot to say that. You guys know who Steve
Yes,
Morse
I
is?
do. The Dixie Dregs, and he plays for Kansas in Deep Purple.
Mm-hmm. How
Guitar
old do you
player.
think he is?
He is 70.
68.
Okay.
Very close,
Eric's
right?
age.
He recently actually announced he's stepping
Excuse me?
away from the band after 28 years.
Because he's got arthritis.
No, he's actually going to take care of his ailing wife who has stage 4 cancer.
I did not know that. I take
put
it
some
back.
prayers out for her. And then Rick Wright, co-founder, vocalist, keyboardist of
Oh, yes.
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd, the Yes.
Would have been
tribute.
79. And then Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, former First Lady and wife of JFK, would have been 93. So we are wishing the happiest of birthdays to all of our famous friends out there and anybody else who has a birthday today from your Edge family.
Okay, let's get started.
Today is National Milk Chocolate Day.
It's National Milk Chocolate Day.
Ah, yes. Another chocolate day.
Delicious combination of solid chocolate and milk.
At least it's limited to one of the better kinds of chocolate.
Milk chocolate. Milk chocolate. Milk chocolate is great.
Milk chocolate.
Melt in your mouth.
Happy National Milk Chocolate Day.
It is one of the greatest things ever made.
It's one of the best post-workouts you can do.
Ice cold chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Ovaltine.
Yes.
Ovaltine. Your kids drink chocolate milk?
Yes, and Eric is 100% right. My trainer at Villa in high school, if we ever didn't feel well after, he would tell us to go home and drink chocolate milk.
Yeah.
I love it. Gotta love it. Okay, we got a full house, but we've only got 3 cameras. Chris off camera, Eric off camera. Eric,
That's the way it should be, by
Eric,
the way.
stop. Eric giving up his camera for State Representative Nick Shore, who's in the studio today, running for State Senate as that race gets heated up. You don't look too frazzled right now in the final days, Nick.
Just like Jordan Bennington.
Do I look nervous?
Never nervous.
Do I look nervous? Crystal Cooper's here. I'm Vic Faust. Appreciate everybody jumping in. Okay, we are rocking and rolling. We got to get right to the phone lines. Chris, you asked last week, you said, Billy's good radio, man. He's a good guy. We got Billy long on. Billy, were you ever a Beastie Boys fan? Do you remember the Beastie Boys? We were just.
I was never a fan. That was a little bit after my time, I think. Never a huge fan of the Beastie Boys. I was country music all the way.
What kind of country music?
George Jones, Marty Robbins,
Waylon Jennings,
Willie Nelson,
Bocephus.
Oh yeah, Waylon. Yeah, we went to a Waylon. Of course, I can tell a story about anything. We went to Waylon Jennings one time. My wife and I. We were out in Reno for a real estate conference, a realtors conference, and so we go see Waylon Jennings, and I was a huge fan. We were looking forward to it. Him and Jesse Coulter, and he comes out, and I can't say exactly what he said on your radio or you'd get fined, but he's playing a song, and he stops, and he says, "Oh, so-and-so, I can't remember the words to that one." And
Happens to me all the time.
He looks at his band, and he starts another one, and maybe he got through that one, I'm not sure, and then the next one, he looked at his band, told him what to do, and he starts in, and he goes, I can't remember the words to that one. So after about 3 or 4 of these, they pull him off the stage. Jesse Coulter, his wife, comes out and does the rest of the show, and they gave us all our money back. So that's the only chance I had to see Waylon, but very.
It's like Joe Biden doing a show. He needs a teleprompter.
What's that? Yeah. But I only know he was so stoned. I don't know what he was on.
Oh, he was.
Combination of things. He couldn't have read it anyway.
He had COVID-19.
Hey, Billy, we're glad that you jumped in. You have time for us. 2 nights ago, you had a chance to catch up with former President Donald Trump. He gave you a picture. We're going to pop the picture up here. We've got your picture with Donald Trump on from a couple nights ago. Did you have a chance to talk to him much at all or anything?
I did. There was about 60 of us went over their congressman for his speech, which was great, vintage Trump. And then they pulled us off in a side area. About 40 of us stayed for that. And he came out, and he's looking at us, and he looks at me, and he goes, "How's your race coming?" And I said, "I need your endorsement." And so anyway, we talked later when they took the picture, and he said, "Call me tomorrow. I want to talk about the race." So I did. And I also pointed out, if you put that picture up, the little badge I've got on, that's not a congressional pin. That's Bobby Long's police badge from Henderson, Nevada. And I said, "Do you remember this badge?" I said, "When no one would be seen with you, no one would speak for you.
Oh.
All the Nevada congressman, the senator, the guy running for Congress, no one would be seen with you. And you called me and Barbara and had me come out and introduce you at that big rally." And I said, "Bobby Long," he always has pictures taken, the president was with the cops, and this cop, I looked down, it says Bobby Long, and I said, "Bobby, Billy, we're cousins. I'll trade you. I want your badge. I'll trade it for one of my congressional coins," which I did. So I reminded him. I've been with him longer and stronger than anyone. So I called him yesterday. 3 different times we talked yesterday, and this is just me speaking. I'm not speaking for the president, but I think, he's very engaged in this Missouri Senate race. In my opinion, he wants to endorse, and he's deciding who to endorse. I think my chances are 1% or less of getting that endorsement, and I think that it's going to be one of the Erics. I think he's looking at both Erics to see which one that he will endorse, and he may stay out of it. And, frankly, if he stays out of it, Schmidt wins going away. Schmidt's got the momentum. He's going to win this thing. If he endorses Greitens wins. If he endorses Schmidt wins by bigger numbers. So whoever, I've said it from day one, whoever he endorses is going to win the Missouri Senate race.
Well, you said that. Well, hold on. You said Danforth's little candidate. If
John Wood,
if Greitens wins, then Wood walks right into being the next senator of Missouri. Is that still how you think?
No, Wood has no chance.
It would be the Democrat.
Chance. It'll be Trudy Bush Valentine.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Wood would take away the votes.
Yeah, he'll peel off enough.
Trudy
Bush. 7%.
Okay. Have you seen the ads against Trudy? The ads against Trudy are unbelievable. The whole veil prophet thing, making her
but guess
a
what?
racist.
It's been eliminated. You know why?
No.
Because Tashara Jones endorsed her yesterday.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because
the TV ads are still going to run.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter because Tashara Jones is eliminating that, quote, racist ad because Tashara is accepting her saying, this is my candidate. This is who it, meaning that those ads mean nothing for Tashara.
Okay.
Billy, I respect you. You always come on a radio show. You are a candidate. You were running fourth, but you give us information. You're honest about things. You don't lie about things. You're direct about things. And you always have time for anybody who wants to talk to you or to do an interview. So I wanted to make sure that we got that in there. So thank you for that, Billy.
You bet. I appreciate it. And frankly, I think I'm too honest for politics. I mean, I cannot stand at a Lincoln Day and lie about my voting record like Vicki does about hers. She'll say, we're spending too much money. And all the crowd cheers little Vicki Hartzler. They love her because she wants to pull back spending. Come on, Vicki. I mean, you voted for 17 omnibuses, minibuses, continuing resolutions where all this huge money and gets spent. And Schmidt will lie about his record on China. I didn't really sell farmland to China. I didn't try and put a Chinese hub in St. Louis. I can't lie about my record, and it really bothers me when they lie about their record. That's why we didn't have any debate.
I hear the passion when you talk. Do you think, no matter what happens here, you say we get past the silly season of all this voting crap, do you see yourself being a part of a political group with maybe Donald Trump, conservatives in Missouri? Where do you see you? Because you have an awesome voice. You have a great voice for Missouri. Do you still see yourself working in that capacity?
I certainly do. I will do anything I can to get our nominee elected. On August 3rd, I think every candidate in this race should endorse our nominee in Missouri Senate, and I will further do Donald Trump could come out and endorse in the next day or two like I think he will one of the Erics. They're my competitors, but I'm still going to endorse Donald J. Trump for president. I'm going to work, do everything I possibly can to see that he gets back in the White House. Because I don't know if you saw yesterday or not, but today they announced we're officially in a recession on the heels of Mitch McConnell. He needs to retire. I'm sorry, but he needs to get out of there. He said, I won't let the chips pass if they're going to put through this, huge spending package. Oh, no, we're not going to do that, Mitch. We would never do that. No, you're our buddy. We need to do things in a bipartisan fashion. And so they passed chips yesterday. As soon as they did, they turned around and immediately Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema, both who I served with in the House, just have an epiphany. And they're like, we came to agreement on this $700 billion spending package. So that's it. It's crazy.
Fair question. We talk about it on this show every day. You talked to Trump 3 times in the last 24 hours, apparently. Have you had any? He's running, correct? All you got to do is say yes.
I mean, I've said all along, my opinion only, not his. He hasn't told me he's running, but if his health holds out, he runs, sure, and he wins. I mean, it's foolhardy for anyone to run against him in a Republican primary. Now, you'll have your anti-Trumpers, your never-Trumpers, you'll have your John Kasich's and your Mitt Romneys, and you'll have them, put somebody up to try and take him out. But the guy has the it factor, and, he packs any place he goes to. I know how, regardless of how large the venue is, he'll pack it out. People love him. They love what he did for this country. He got us the lowest black unemployment ever, the lowest Hispanic unemployment ever. And both those groups, the blacks and Hispanics, are both moving over to the Republican side in November. He got us the best economy ever, highest stock market ever at that point. And so people are yearning for the Trump years. They didn't like his tweets, his mean tweets. And so we're going to elect someone nice, a moderate Democrat, Joe Biden. Come on. I know, but I think Jack Danforth needs to take a cognitive test.
Amen.
If he seriously is going to run this John Wood carpetbagger, doesn't even live in Missouri. He went to Kansas City 6 weeks ago, rented a little apartment, and said, I registered my children for school because I think Missouri is a great state, and I want to represent them in the United States Senate. It's going to be Ross Perot 2.0. Perot got H.W. beat. If it hadn't been for Ross Perot running as an independent, you would never heard of Bill Clinton or Hillary Clinton. And if Jack Danforth keeps up this charade of John Wood, it's going to be Trudy Bush Valentine. And I say that because she's leading the polls. She's got enough money to burn a wet mule, and she's spending it, and Coons is down in the polls, and she's up. So it's all about, I told you, months ago, the Senate race comes down to billionaires, big bucks. Rex Singfield there in St. Louis has put millions in this We Want to Kill Greitens PAC. He's put millions into the pro-Schmidt PAC. He's put as much as he legally can into the elect Schmidt PAC. But the real money he spent has been with Americans for Chinese Prosperity, because if you get all these flyers in the mail from Americans for Prosperity, they say, Schmidt's a fighter. He'll fight for us. We need him. And the radio ads say, Schmidt's a fighter. You found out, Nick, when you tried to set up a debate on your TV station, who wouldn't come?
Exactly.
Schmidt wouldn't come to the debate. And I don't know. I think you made a mistake. If me and Vicky and McCloskey accepted, I think we should have had the debate with the three of us.
too.
Shots, but,
totally
whatever.
agree.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I know that comes from other people outside of me. I didn't get to decide that. Empty chairs would have been nice. Nick Schwartz is with us. I don't know if you've ever met Nick, Billy, but state rep running for state senator. He's got a question for you.
Yeah, Congressman, we're seeing out in St. Charles County, there was one candidate running for representative that was attacked. Had somebody come to his house. We're just seeing today that the California man that was trying to plan an assassination of 3 different justices is now being charged. We're seeing the left getting crazier and more violent. I think it's a way to push back on us, push back on conservatives, and bully us into submission. You've been a fighter. You've been a fighter just like me. You'd go to the front lines and say what is right. What advice do you have for our listeners that can embolden them and empower them to stand up and speak out in a conservative fashion without being conservative with the use of their voice?
Without being what? I'm sorry.
Without being conservative with the use of their voice. So many of us want to hold back, and we're afraid to speak out because of all of this violence, because of being called.
I think that the number one thing they need to do is vet. I mean, you need to register to vote. You need to go vote, but you also need to vet who you're voting for. Mike Parson, who I love, he said that at a Lincoln Day down in the 7th District several months ago, 5-6 months ago, he said, there's a lot of candidates on the ballot in August. You need to pay attention to what they say. And I'm like, don't pay attention to what they say they're going to do. Go look at their voting record.
Amen.
And see what they did. I built up a very conservative voting record over the last 12 years. But you didn't even mention my buddy, Lee Zeldin. He's a congressman that serves with me. He's running for governor of New York. A guy tried to slit his throat. He had this knuckle thing with 2 big, sharp, like knife edges on it.
Yeah, it looked like it from Star Trek.
And he had a Veterans House hat on, and Lee said it caught me off guard because he had a veterans hat, and he got released that afternoon. That evening. He was out in 3 hours back on the street. Now the feds have charged him and put him back in jail, but it's ridiculous. And nobody will condemn it. None of the Democrats have condemned that attack. No one's condemned the attack on trying to assassinate Justice Kavanaugh. So, but your vote, you're a listener. You got great conservative listeners. You just needed to get them to, get active, get out to the polls, and don't follow the money. This thing's all about money. Trudy's going to win because of her money. Schmidt's going to win because of his money. And, it's sad. It's really sad. I could never run for Congress again like I did in 2009 and 10 when I was an auctioneer, real estate broker, 31-year career in business. Said, hey, I want to go make a difference. I'm tired of career politicians. I went out and worked hard, went to every event, every Lincoln Day, every Farm Bureau meeting, everything. And I won going away in an 8-person field with 2 senators and 1 prosecuting attorney running against me. And this time, Schmidt wouldn't go anywhere. Chicken Schmidt, he wouldn't be seen anywhere. He wouldn't debate. He wouldn't do interviews on TV. I did a very tough TV interview the other day in St. Louis with one of the stations. This guy grilled me for 30 minutes, and he was trying to trip me up with every question on January 6th and on abortion and everything. And I sit there and answered his questions. And I really honestly think if people would go watch that interview, they'd vote for me. And I want to encourage people to vote for me next Tuesday. The second name on the ballot is Eric. The 4th name is Eric. So if you're split between voting for Greitens or Schmidt, if you're split, can't decide, vote right in the middle. Vote for the guy on the 3rd line, Billy Long. And if Trump doesn't endorse Schmidt, wins. If Trump endorses Schmidt, he wins. If he endorses Greitens win. But if he endorses Schmidt or he doesn't, Eric doesn't need your votes. He's so far ahead in this thing. So put one in for the honest guy that came on the radio at any time and talked to you and told you exactly what was going on in this race.
So if you had to guess, do you think Trump's going to endorse anybody, or is he going to leave this one alone?
Yeah, no, I had talked to him 3 times on the phone yesterday, talked to him in person the day before, and this is just me talking. It's not the president saying I'm definitely going to endorse, but it's just me talking. I think he really is engaged in this race. He really wants to make an endorsement, and he wants to make a difference in who we send to Washington, D.C. And again, I think if I haven't said it already, I think on August 3rd, all of the candidates need to endorse whoever our nominee is. And if we don't get Jack Danforth to back off, it doesn't matter who our nominee is. You're going to have a Democrat taking Roy Blunt's seat in November.
There you go, Billy Long coming strong. Billy, anything you want to say before we get out of here today?
Like I said, I really, really would appreciate if folks would vote for me. If everybody says, well, I like Billy, but it'd be wasting a vote. If everybody says that, then I can't win. If they say, well, he can't win, then I won't win. But, like I said, I've brought it to you straight every time I've been on here with you, and I don't have anything to hide. I haven't embarrassed myself, my family, or my constituents in 12 years out here in D.C. I've got the most conservative voting record, and so don't vote wrong, vote long, and don't be silly. Vote for Billy.
And if the election doesn't go how you want it, please let me know. I'd love to be in charge of your upcoming podcast and radio show.
I'm going to go back to my old job if I don't win this. You know what my old job was?
Making money.
Looking for a new job.
Oh. Hey, Billy, thanks again. Have a great day, all right?
You guys are great. Thank you, Vic. Bye-bye.
You got it. Billy Long, Senate candidate. We'll see.
If that didn't
down in the he's 7th district, state of Missouri.
Yeah, he's down in Springfield.
I like that though. Using your name. I just maybe just say don't be a vote for Nick.
I like that one too.
You both have names that rhyme with that word.
I know. What about Eric? Come up with something for Eric.
I have to think about that.
I'll have,
it's
maybe
hard.
when we come back from the break.
It's hard. But no, if that doesn't speak volumes to a mandatory debate system,
yes,
nothing does.
Right?
Because I'll tell you what, Billy Long, it seems he speaks the truth. He's not a coward to come on radio with us.
No, he does. He shows up anywhere and everywhere.
Eric Schmidt
with chocolate bars too.
We don't talk to him before and say this is these are our you know what I mean? To come on and to do that and to not have to stare into a teleprompter or memorize a speech.
No,
I mean,
you can bring notes. You can bring whatever. You can bring farm animals for all I care.
But I mean, as
just
far
show
as
up.
not knowing what we're gonna say, right? There was no don't say this, don't say that. I appreciate that realness.
Well,
do you guys get that though?
Well, Greitens and Hartzler are doing interviews too now. They're out and about. And I'm just sharing the facts. Schmidt's not doing them right now, but he did do one he did a podcast yesterday with Jason Whitlock, former columnist for the Kansas City Star. So he did do one with him, and I'm still efforting to try to get Schmidt because Schmidt has been on this radio show 5 or 6 times and told me personally this is his favorite radio show.
But the thing about Schmidt is he has nothing to hide. No. He's done nothing. He is a fantastic AG for the state of Missouri. He is literally suing Biden every day.
Here's your slogan.
Yeah, I saw it. I love it.
Hey, you say it. You say it, Crystal.
Don't be generic. Vote for Eric.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Plain label. Eric, generic Eric and the plain labels.
Oh, my God. That is awesome.
I love it.
All right.
Anyway.
We got to take our final break. We'll come back. The fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Share the show. We've got about 1 million topics still to get to because it has been a packed show already. Great guest all the way down the line. Hell, if you want to give us a call, you can do that too. 636-695-2915. Share the show on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Of course, you can always listen to us on ViperRocks.com as well. We got Eric Johnson here, Nick Schroer's in house, Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, and I'm Vic Faust. Eric is wacky. He loves taffy.
You went too far.
Yeah, okay. Don't be a hysteric. Vote for Eric.
Just don't even try mine. I don't think anything rhymes with Crystal.
Be a pistol. Vote
for Crystal. Yes, Nick Schroer. Back with more right after this.
My God.
The other shows because because we're a lot smarter.
Do you want to work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the biggest brands at 90% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but 90% cheaper. It's the same medication you get from your doctor, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Results are guaranteed or your money back. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Here's a message for Quiver River Electric members. Vote now in your annual Board of Directors election through August 22nd. Members may vote online, by paper ballot, or at the annual meeting on August 25th. If you vote, you're automatically entered into a drawing for free electricity prizes. Learn more about the voting process, the bylaw proposition on the ballot, and board candidates at quiver.com.
This year, Progress West Hospital celebrates 15 years of caring. A member of BJC Healthcare, Progress West Hospital has had the privilege of serving the St. Charles County community since 2007, proudly delivering more than 9,800 babies, treating more than 330,000 emergency patients, and performing more than 36,000 surgeries. Thank you for entrusting Progress West Hospital, your best medicine close to home, for 15 years. To learn more about Progress West Hospital, visit progresswest.org.
DQ presents the sound of an all-star summer lineup. Leading off, the promising rookie, new Oreo Dirt Pie. On deck, the fan-favorite Girl Scout Thin Mints. Summer standouts, Drumstick with peanuts and cotton candy. And batting cleanup, it's you. With your red spoon and 6 summer blizzard flavors, official treat of MLB. All part of the new DQ All-Star Summer Blizzard lineup. DQ? Happy tastes good.
If you are having a bad day at work, I can help. Hi, this is Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair. We just expanded to Cottleville and St. Peters and are looking for qualified automotive and auto body technicians that would want to work in a climate-controlled environment. That's right, we offer a fully climate-controlled, air-conditioned and heated facility in both Cottleville and St. Peters. Visit us at CompleteAB.com. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service!
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixed the car!
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Are we back on yet? Are we back on air yet, Chris?
We are.
We're back on air now. Thanks for letting me know. It's just a big party here. That's what we want to do. We want to inform, educate, learn, have fun at the same time. Make the 2 hours go by fast. We were talking about some political names in the break.
Good luck with that.
Well, there's one. Don't be a pooper. Vote for Cooper.
Oh,
Crystal
yeah.
Cooper.
You got this.
All right. Nick came up with some. I don't know. Obviously, there's a lot of things that rhyme with Nick. So,
Nick.
I don't. Well, don't be a vote for
Correct.
Nick. Yeah. I don't know if I can say that on air.
Well, don't
Chris-
be a
Chris
Richard. Vote for Nick.
or
Yeah.
or you go to your female audience. If you're a chick, vote for Nick.
There you go.
There you go.
Stick with Nick. That's all we need.
It works.
All right, there you go. Eric Johnson's here. We hear his voice. We don't see him on camera. We've got 3 cameras because of the microchip shortage.
Such a better show that way.
Stop it.
Such a
Nick
better
Shores
show.
here, Missouri State Representative, closing out his state Senate campaign. You think you got this in the bag?
I'm praying. I've always ran like I'm behind. And, with the injection of all of this liberal money into my opponent's campaign coffers, he's able to spend money and put these false commercials, fake commercials, saying that I haven't ever done anything, that I miss all these votes. But, I'm the top rank, like Billy Long was saying. The American Conservative Union, CPAC, everybody knows CPAC. All these Republican organizations have me ranked as their top conservative in the Missouri House. Number one. It wouldn't be the way if I actually miss half of what they're even alleging. And the proof is in the pudding. There is no proof. There is no evidence. And that's why I've invited my opponent to justify these claims and bring the evidence to us on my podcast.
And he won't because it's politics, man. Come on.
Well,
It's going to take you more time to disprove that garbage than for him to just kind of throw it out there in the ecosphere.
I've always loved politics, but I'm getting worn down by it.
Me
I
too.
really
Me
am.
too.
I've covered it for over 20 years. I've talked to, you name it, anybody, everybody, and I have just had it because it is so nasty. Absolutely. This ad season is unbelievably nasty, and it goes from commercial to commercial. I don't even know what to believe anymore, Nick. It's
Well, that's
so
most of
over
the voters.
top.
Most of the voters are reaching out saying, I don't know who to believe in the U.S. Senate race. I don't know who to believe in this Missouri Senate race. And that, like Billy Long just said, if you missed it, you can go back and listen to it all. I think it's all on Facebook. He indicated, look at the voting record. Look at who has actually been doing the work for the people. I think we need it, not necessarily dueling, but we need to go back to how politics used to be. If you want to talk smack, if you're going to come up and start lying about someone's record or their platform, let's get in the ring. Let's have a bill that says, all right, let's get in the ring. All of it goes to charity, and we can settle these disputes that way.
Lincoln Douglas. Lincoln Douglas
Absolutely.
debates. Lincoln Douglas. Hey, here's the deal, and this is important, and I hope that this doesn't go unheard. If you get into the Senate, I will call you every morning, 8 o'clock. Every
You got to be
morning.
up to call him.
Every morning, it'll be, Nick, I need you to really work on that mandatory debate clause in this new law coming up because it's so damn important for the people to know who they are voting for or who they are not voting for.
Well, and actually bring questions to them. That's, something that's been implemented by all of these career slimy politicians is that they're doing the basement Biden routine of hiding from the voters. And, when you look at, there's an article that I shared with you guys over the break. As of right now, the New York Times has this article, has this book that 7 to 10-year-olds in New York are getting educated in their elementary schools on how to, quote unquote, please themselves sexually.
That's horrible.
This is the type of garbage that's happening in the state of Missouri as well. And we need a true fighter to walk through the fires and represent the people, represent our conservative values. I've got 2 daughters. I don't want this garbage being taught to them. I want to have the conversations like our first guest said with our kids and not have these woke teachers that are coming in thinking that this is appropriate. We need a fighter willing to do that. And when you dig past all of the political mudslinging, you can actually see who's been the one passing CRT, critical race theory prohibition, the Parents' Bill of Rights, getting it into the Senate. Now we need that leader in the Senate. That leader is me, and I'm going to take the fight into 2023.
I can't do that. I can't run for office, Vic. I can't do what he just did.
You need to.
No, but you keep saying that I thought you were going to run for mayor.
I can't run for anything after hearing that. His thoughts are very controlled. That's awesome. Nick, I think you're a shoo-in. Question, are you going to go to Right in Our Backyard Saturday, 1 o'clock? Greitens is going to be at the Diamond Music Hall. Pretty big venue. Have you thought about maybe going up there and just seeing what's going on?
Yeah, I'm hoping that you're going to be there as well.
I'm definitely going to be there.
I know Eric Schmidt and Ted Cruz were here over the weekend. I got to talk to Ted.
Last Saturday.
Yeah, I got to talk to Ted a little bit. There were a bunch of protesters, similar to when I had this event, this pro-life event, just right down the street a couple weeks ago. So I'm thinking there's going to be protesters there as well.
Oh, there absolutely will be.
I want to hear more of Eric's plan, and he's getting attacked right now. He's getting smears, whether you like it or not. In this court case that he's going through with his ex-wife, all of these allegations are being treated as fact. So, being an attorney, I want to give the benefit of the doubt to these candidates. Hear them. I think it's Saturday, like you said, Diamond Music Hall. I will be there.
1 p.m. Eric Greitens will be on the show tomorrow. He is confirmed he will do an interview with us tomorrow. We're just working out the details of the time, so we will let you know about that tomorrow. But he is going to be on tomorrow. Efferdine Hartzler still, we're waiting to see. She had an event, but she's been doing a bunch of interviews in St. Louis as well. Still Efferdine, Eric Schmidt, but we have not heard back from Eric Schmidt's people. So I know that he did do a podcast with, like I said, Jason Whitlock yesterday.
You should try to get my opponent on and ask about his flip-flops and his record, but I can guarantee you.
We have asked people if they have a candidate that they support to please let us know, because there's so many races around the state. We're trying to get to everybody. I mean, we are, and it's tough. It's so difficult. If somebody wants to hear from somebody, let us know and give us a contact or have them contact us.
I think the big
so that
boys
we can do
are
something from there.
The big boy state races and local races that I keep following are you. I keep following Nick. I keep following our friends over in St. Louis County with Sam Page.
Mm-hmm.
That race I'm following. And then obviously this Greitens and Schmidt. Those are the ones that I keep following. But now I keep hearing about this Trudy Bush could be our next senator if we don't do this properly.
Well, Trudy's going to win.
Scary.
She's going to win the Democratic primary.
I can't believe that.
And
I'm
why?
stunned. Because of the
over
ads
Lucas
are
Coons? Do you even know who her opponent
No.
is? Exactly. That's why he put together an ad like he has. Trudy Bush Valentine will win. There's just not a lot of competition there. Nick would tell you that. Yeah. Nobody even, you couldn't even tell you much about Trudy Bush Valentine.
Well, think about this. I mean, the Democrats used to have this huge bench,
Yes.
whether it was Gephardt and Carnahan.
As recent as 10 years ago.
Yeah, even Jay Nixon. But you now have Democrats that are not going to embrace being pro-life. They're not going to stand by voters that want to cut taxes, that want to protect our Second Amendment. The Democrat Party has become nothing short of the Socialist Party in the state of Missouri, and it's happening across the nation.
How do you think the Congress and the Senate in Missouri shakes out at the end of all of this? What's your just prognosticate?
In Missouri?
In Missouri, correct.
Well, I think Missouri will still have a supermajority Republican Party, but the key is we've got a bunch of incumbents that are running against conservatives that are sick and tired of incumbents that did not support getting men out of women's sports, that did not support getting indoctrination out of our schools. So those are Republicans. I guarantee we're going to keep that supermajority, but we need conservative fighters like myself that are going to go on the front lines in the House, in the Senate, and make sure that we're cutting taxes, cutting personal property tax, getting rid of personal property tax, stopping the indoctrination, and stopping people like Kim Gardner from allowing crime to spread out here in St. Charles County.
Have you ever gone to lunch with these other Republicans and go, what the hell are you thinking? Why don't we just go and blast through all of these issues that are like slam dunks?
Yeah.
And what do they say?
Well, you hear that, wait a second, we've got to follow leadership. We've got a bunch of sheep that are unwilling to lead for their districts, lead for the voters in their areas, and they're just willing to follow leadership because there are repercussions. If you are going to stand out on the line and fight back on leadership or fight back whatever it may be, they could remove you from committees. They could stop your bills from moving forward. And that's, something that I've had to do. And I promoted that 7-1 map on the redistricting to send more conservatives to D.C. Some of the leadership got upset with me because they wanted to kowtow to the people in Congress and draw a map that would actually send more Democrats to D.C. But you just have to be willing to take those stripes and learn how to work and amend bills if they're going to sit on yours.
Yeah, it's amazing. Just real fast, Nick is the guy on the day that Roe versus Wade was kind of overturned by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, he was here, right?
That was him.
Yeah.
So the first news story I saw on Fox News was Missouri will probably become a no abortion state because of this new law that you helped write, correct, Nick?
Yeah, so I was a sponsor of House Bill 126. There were 4 of us that kind of came together and ensured we were going to have certain amendments to the amendments. It was flawless. It was a battle plan that we implemented, knowing that this bill would be challenged, knowing it's going to go into court, but have a battle plan that's going to ensure that we're going to protect as many lives as possible. We put the trigger law in there, which led to Missouri being the number 1 state to end abortions in the United States.
Huge.
When it comes to the Facebook line, catch up on a couple things, answer a couple questions. Danny wanted to know, is the Greitens' new attack ad, the political ad against him, an actress pretending to be his wife? Yes. Reading the words of her testimony.
Who knew that?
But whether you believe it or not, that has not been proven. One says it's true. Greiton says it isn't. So there you go.
We'll ask him tomorrow, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he'll say it again.
Yeah.
I mean, but once again, oh, no, he can't. I don't think he can talk about it anymore.
Oh, okay.
When he did the interview, yeah.
Gotcha.
I think there's a
there could be a gag
There's
order.
an order now. They both met last Wednesday behind closed doors in that
Well, the damage
custody
is done.
case.
I mean, all of these millions that are funneling into these allegations, and I did family law for a little bit, and you're going to have attorneys that are going to tell your client or the other client to do whatever they can to win, and there's really no repercussions if, these allegations, hey, you hit the kid, if it's proven that never happened. In court, at least, nothing's going to happen.
And Joe says Lucas Kuntz is leading the polls for what it's worth. That's not the polling that we reported on yesterday, that it was Trudy Bush Valentine that was leading. And then she just got the endorsement of the entire city of St. Louis, or most of it, because of Tashard Jones backing her. So that race won't be close. I mean, it won't be. And when Trudy kicks it into high gear, you'll see everything else that goes. Donna says calling someone a liar without proof is judging. We'll see. Yes, the campaigns are totally, totally dirty. One of the things we talked about in the first hour, and you brought it up, Nick, you just sent me a book from New York that's being taught to kids to teach the young kids how to have orgasms. And this is in schools?
It's in schools. It's in the public schools.
New York City public schools.
Yeah, and this article has a list of these different books that this woke garbage is in. And unfortunately, taxpayers are footing the bill. It's SPLC promotes explicit sex book to elementary students, says 2-year-olds can now know if they are transgender.
What?
I mean, yeah, so I remember in school when we had individuals that thought that they were anorexic. And the teachers, the healthcare workers, they would work and say, look, it's body to, you've got
dysmorphia.
Yeah, dysmorphia. You're not fat. Let's get you the help that you need. So I don't know why, even in schools here, we have superintendents that are allowing kids to believe that they're animals, that they're furries. St. Charles County, we have litter boxes in some of our schools because we have kids that have been told,
we're looking for them, Nick.
They're not in Wentzville.
We're looking for them.
We confirm that Wentzville does not have furry boxes.
That was still one of the best phones. Like, everyone still comes up to me and is like, I re-listened to that because
I find one. Wait till I find one. Nick, where are they at?
Well, there's a parent. I'm not going to say which high school, but it's in the Wentzville School District. A parent has come to me saying, yes, there is a litter box. We've seen the pictures from their kids that these schools are allowing this stuff to happen. It's not just happening on the East Coast.
West Coast. Inside the school or outside the school?
Inside.
Inside, like in a bathroom, I guess.
Yeah, and my question is, who the hell's cleaning it up?
It should be in the principal's office, is where
maybe
it should
the
be.
school's not providing it. Maybe they brought it themselves.
Well, it just needs to get out of here. I mean,
that's a
this
point,
is insane that we're using taxpayer dollars, whether it's for pornography, for indoctrination, or for litter boxes. And our school, our grades are suffering. Our kids are suffering. Mental health issues are on the rise since the COVID shutdowns, and since we're basically kowtowing to whatever these kids think that they're going through. We need to give them the help that they need, not allowing them to believe that they're a cat or a dog.
Is it horrible that I think that, damn, Crystal Cooper, this is your problem. I'm out of here in a few years.
You're like, I got older kids.
I'll be at Del Mar Gardens sucking up the sun, eating some pureed meat. You guys deal with this.
Tapioca pudding.
You know what, though? It doesn't take necessarily like a school or or like a camp to be pushing these things down your throat, right? Like my son, I signed him up for a Top Golf camp. I guess it was like about a month ago. And he came back the first day and I was like, hey, how'd it go? And he was like, oh, it was really good. And he's like, but I have a question. He's like, the person that was my camp counselor, their name was Leah, but he's like, it was, and he had there was long hair, but it was a very muscular guy. Like he could tell it was a guy, right? Biologically. So I had to have that conversation, and all I did was send him to a Top Golf camp. You know what I mean? So I feel like sometimes we do need to prepare ourselves for, even if we put them in private school and we, make sure they're not reading these books or whatever, right? We can look into the curriculum, but you're at some point going to come across this in your everyday life, whether you sent them to someplace or not, right? I mean, I would have never thought sending them to a Top Golf camp would end up in us having that conversation. But we did have the conversation, and he understood from what point we were coming from, and he learned a lot from Leah. So, when it comes down to it, like his game got better.
He learned a lot of golf.
The the golf camp was an absolute success.
And I don't care. I mean, as a conservative libertarian mindset, I don't care what you want to do. If you want to call yourself Leah, if you want to call yourself Hans, whatever. But just don't push that onto me. If you look like me with a beard and you say, hey, I'm going to go into this woman's bathroom following your girls. No, wait a second. Expect me to try and protect my constitutional rights, my life, liberty, and my family. And I think that's, as a taxpayer, seeing that this is happening and it's being forced upon us, that's where I draw the line. I've always been one to say your constitutional rights end where mine begin.
Oh, 100%. But I'm saying, like, as a parent, and he's my oldest.
Yes.
I, at that moment, realized that I have to be on the fly, too. Like, I need to understand that this can happen at any time. And
Which
I need
is what
to be
Rebecca
prepared.
said earlier.
Yeah, and I need to be prepared to have this conversation.
Well, even YouTube. So when we had our first daughter, she's now 7 years old, we had this YouTube Kids thing. Somebody turned us on to YouTube Kids. You could just put it on, and she was watching My Little Ponies. YouTube Kids. It's only supposed to be for kids. Should all be vetted. There was it looked like it was My Little Ponies, but somebody did a voiceover. It was very sexual, very inappropriate. We had to immediately turn that off. So, yeah, I think now more than ever, parents have to be on the lookout, whether it's the books that our taxpayer dollars are being used to present to them in schools, whether it's online, whether it's on the phones. Now more than ever, parents need to be awake and fighting for our kids.
I agree, man. I wouldn't mind wearing a sundress every now and then.
I think you'd look good in a muumuu.
Be comfortable.
Well, you started with the wig. You started with the wig.
I knew that was
coming.
The
wig and then the muumuu.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a muumuu, Crystal.
Oh my God, that would. No, Eric's a bikini with a thong type of guy.
Go on.
That's so gross. We should even go down that road. Shout out to our very own Chris Knight, because he has put together the board today. We have been bouncing all around. Spectrum knocked us off the air for a while, but we overcame.
Bastards.
We came.
I was just going to say that, Nick.
Yeah, if you have the chance to not
Spectrum
have Spectrum,
knocked us off again.
Don't do it.
I mean, it's been like 15 times in 2.5 years.
Spectrum is horrible.
Everybody complained to Spectrum.
Right? I don't know if our listeners understand this or not, but we didn't even know. Chris said it cut right after our show yesterday.
Yeah. Well, that's creepy.
We almost got cut off yesterday, too.
That's creepy. Mm-hmm. It's a glitch in the system, in the Matrix.
So, Chris, can you go switch?
Switch what?
How difficult is it to switch
your gender
to?
He already did that. He needs to switch back.
To a new service. It's easy to say I'm going to switch, but when you have a business,
so easy when you own radio station.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It'd be a nightmare, but we might have to do it
because it's a bunch of BS. What happened?
Right.
All right, Nick Shores here, Missouri State Rep, closing out his Missouri State Senate campaign, Election Tuesday, primary day. Eric Johnson is here playing the air guitar. Chris Knight, Crystal Cooper, and Big Faust and Fox 2. We got to take a final break. We'll be back with more of the show right after this.
The Morning Edge. 100.7
101.7 The Viper.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world. Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
KFC knows that when it comes to chicken sandwiches, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A chicken sandwich? That's good. A 100% white meat KFC chicken sandwich so delicious it forces you to rethink everything you know about sandwiches, including whether or not they even need buns, but then you remember how good a brioche bun can be and then having to rethink your rethinking? That's finger-licking good.
KFC's chicken sandwich, always served hot and crispy, in your choice of classic or spicy. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken, that's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
Hey, Brian Dawson here. Folks, Brian Dawson Roofing and Construction is a roofing company dedicated to excellence and quality. We are very familiar with working with insurance as well as uninsured roofing needs. We do room additions, small roofs, big roofs, steep roofs, flat roofs, residential and commercial. So hey, if you have any roofing or construction needs, call me, Brian Dawson.
Learn more by visiting BrianDawsonRoofing.com or call 636-465-9465. That's 465-9465.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
Things are a bit tight lately. That's why I love Kohl's. I went back to school shopping and got kids' clothes for under $6, sneakers for less than $20, and an extra 20% off already great deals, like 25% off backpacks. And get this, you can save more with a Kohl's card and earn Kohl's Cash. Talk about more style and more savings. Select styles, 20% off ends July 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's account for details.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cash Back Match. Now to recap and say cash back one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey, thanks guys for joining us today. We've been The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Didn't that go fast?
Yeah, really
Man,
fast.
Nick, you just don't even run for office. Just come and hang out with us every day. Seriously,
Right?
man.
Like,
Don't
I
tell
had-
him that, man, because we need him up there.
Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
I had
True.
brunch with
I
someone
take it back.
yesterday, and she's like, will you ask him about the ads that I've seen so negative? I didn't even have to. You came in here like a rock star and just put it all out there for
Yeah,
us.
we've
so thank
got
you.
report cards on actual votes. We've got a whole bunch of evidence out there, but we don't have the liberal lobbyist money like my opponent has. All of that garbage you're seeing on TV is BS.
Well, hopefully we can get to a point in this state and around the country where you have to prove what you say on ads. Because, like I said,
Hey, that's coming.
I am
I've got a
so
bill drafted.
damn confused.
Thank
and
you.
overwhelmed with the ad. They're getting it's comedy, but if you're running, it's not comedy for the person if something false is being said. That's for sure.
That's right.
All right, we got to get out of here. Nick Shore, state representative, trying to be the state election is Tuesday to try to be state
Tuesday.
senator. Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight, Krista Cooper, and Vic Faust. Thanks for watching today, guys. We'll see you for Fox 2 News at 5 and 9 tonight. I have no idea what I'm wearing tonight, Chris. How about green? You guys want to wear green tie tonight?
Mauve.
Green.
Mauve.
I was going to say purple. So.
Salmon.
Salmon.
Eric, what is it with you
Combo.
and all these fruit colors?
It looks good on him for some reason.
Green's good.
Because I have them.
Hey, you should on Fox 2 say, don't be a dick, vote for Nick.
Yeah, there you go. Have a Have a great day. We'll talk to everybody tomorrow morning.